Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know if you're a new player, you want to improve your aim, you want to get better, and we're going to talk about that. Unfortunately, the test range, it does have some limitations. Let's talk about some of those right off the rip, and I'm going to give you some creative exercises and also a creative tip to where you can go into empty map and kind of get used to the flow and target switching. It's going to be pretty much what you're going to learn here a lot. So these are the things that the test range unfortunately doesn't do very well. The targets, they're not really far away enough. You can't get them to move. That's unfortunate. Target size, I think, is a bit of an issue. And it's just very bare bones. Okay, but the first thing, let's talk about some positives of what you can do. What you can do is at least learn the, I guess, spray pattern. There is bloom in this game, but if you hit right here and don't pull down, you can at least shoot the wall here and get yourself an idea of what the spray pattern is. Now, it's not always going to be the same, like I said, the bloom, so you shoot again. We can tell from the spray pattern that it pulls over to the right. So you just got to pull essentially down a little bit and then to the left. Like so. Right? Now, even if you pull down and then to the left, it's not perfect, right? You can't get that perfect spray because there's going to be bullets that bloom and kind of shoot. And even whenever you move left and right, there's a lot more bloom that occurs just because that's just how the mechanics of the game work. What we're learning here, though, is at least you're getting an idea of how it sprays so then you can shoot targets, at least for the first bit of that spray pattern, over and over and over again. Now here's an exercise which you can do. You can set this to at least a single bullet, like so, and shoot a single bullet. Now there is some plus sides and downsides that even if you were to shoot a single bullet over and over again, and keep hitting, there is going to be that inevitable kind of bloom just a little bit. But what you're going to practice here is hitting between targets left and right and so forth. Like boom, 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 over and over again, and just keep flicking between various objects. This is a great way to get used to the controller or mouse and keyboard. All these exercises are applicable to both. And just kind of get used to hitting the targets left and right over and over again, right? That's kind of the beauty behind this. And just keep target switching. You know, as you speed up, then you can, move a little bit faster and then just speed it up overall. What you're looking for is just getting comfortable and making sure you can reset to the center of the screen and just keep flicking. You want to go far, left, boom, boom, boom. And like you saw earlier, you pick up pace. This is a really good exercise, right? And just keep flicking, flicking, flicking. Static clicking is what you're learning here. That's the benefit here. Now, what you can do is you start to improve and you feel like, okay, I'm getting a vibe for it. You can target switch between these two and then get used to that spray a little bit. You can get used to spraying at a distance. Remember, there is bloom, so I mean, you could shoot as much as you want, and sometimes bullets just go everywhere. But for the most part, what you want to do is shoot, go for the bit of the spray at the start, and get used to the handling of the gun as you're moving, or even just standing still. That's your goal with that. Now, you can change loadouts. The downside is you always got to go to the main menu, and you got to go here. At least it gives you a fast way to go in. So essentially, let's say you were just wanting to go for recon here, right? And then you went back in the firing range. Boom, you're in here. Some other exercises that I recommend. So pretty much what you're learning here is target switching is static, right? It's the same thing here when you're sniping. There's only so fast you can shoot a bullet, okay? So the premise here is that you're able to shoot as fast as you can and acquire your next target. So if I keep shooting, I'm spam clicking, you see? Fast as I can. That is as fast as you can actually shoot with this sniper. So if that theory is correct, then essentially you go boom, 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 and just keep flicking as fast as you can to get to the next target. It's a good exercise just to say, I'm getting to the next one, getting to the next one, getting to the next one, getting to the next one. And of course you can practice that. And then practice scoping in and out, going for that quick scope if you want to. Now there is going to be that bit of the bloom, but how fast can you target switch between them, right? And acquire your target. That's also another good exercise here. Another one here that's fantastic is working on your flick shots, right? Drag and shoot. And it is a little bit something to get used to. Even I have to get used to it because every game has a little something different. Back in Battlefield 4, you essentially had like a trigger delay. Sometimes I wonder if this game has it. Yeah, it kind of does. I think it does. I'd have to go in the footage and slow it down. But that was a thing in older Battlefields where essentially you could just keep flicking. And yeah, I'm kind of discovering real time. That's why you kind of get used to. Each sniper has a little bit of a feel. And there you go. And just keep flicking. Just takes a few seconds just to kind of get used to it. Flick target, right? Now, when you're in game, my best advice when it comes to shooting any gun is like, just don't be afraid to shoot. And take your shot. Don't be afraid to miss. By missing, you're going to learn how that trigger delay kind of feels, how the bullets feel, how the gun feels, where to fire wise, how much it kicks, and all those little nuanced details. So that's what you're learning here. Now there's various shots that you can have. You can have just a regular static click shot. You can have another one if this target was running in front of you. That would be a lead shot. So if it was moving to the left here, you would just hold here until it was center. Then you would shoot. You can track shot. So if a target was moving, you could track them as they're moving, right? So there's different variations in how you can do this. Now, here's the thing, is that I realize that this is not the best way to aim, you know, or to practice. It's just I call this hop in here for maybe 3 minutes, tops 3 minutes doing this, and I promise you, you will become a better Battlefield player, at least going from beginner to intermediate. Now, but there's something else. Let's talk about something a little more creative that we used to do back in the day, especially for all of us old heads that have been doing this for a long time when we didn't even have a test range, right? So what I recommend doing is going to multiplayer, and I kept thinking, I was like, how can I give you guys a more interesting and fun way to get a feel for this game, right? So let's go to custom search, not custom search, figure out where I did browse servers. And I essentially filtered out, and I was looking for max players 2 to 16, but free slots 11, and I was looking for a server. So I apply this, and what I'm looking for is something empty. Sometimes it lets you connect. Okay, can't connect to that. What about this one? Nope, can't connect to what about this one? At some point, there we go, perfect. It lets you in. Now, this is the interesting part where I'm like, okay, let me give you some real interesting aim advice. And a lot of top aimers used to do this back in the day. Used to aim between windows, aim between targets, and it gave you a real world sense of how the environment felt. It's almost like your own custom server. You can do this with sniping. I'm going to do it and showcase an example using an LMG because you do get unlimited ammo. And I feel like this is a good exercise. Now, I feel like Battlefield might be like, oh, now we're spinning up extra servers or people are on empty servers. No, you might have people fill into it later, right? That's the downside. But what you can do, at least practice a little bit. Let's go ahead and deploy. And what we're going to do is switch between targets. You're going to look at various things. So let's say even if it was hitting the cones, right? Notice how I have unlimited ammo. So if I were to go boom, boom, switch, right? What you're trying to get a feel for here is the environment. Maybe switch between your knife and then move back and then reload. And you can switch between targets. Let's say, for example, I want to hit only the HVAC units over here. I want to target switch between each and every single one of the HVAC units. I want to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just go like that, right? Good practice. That's what you're looking for. And did somebody join the server? Okay, I was like, why am I not getting unlimited ammo? So then you can, at least you can drop your own ammo. That's why I recommend doing this, right? Get your own ammo. At the start, sometimes it says it's unlimited, sometimes it's not. If you happen to have one that's not, well, that sucks, but here you go, right? Really good example of like, okay, you're getting a really good feel for the space in this game. And that's really your goal, right? Getting used to the space. Now, a lot of people actually used to do this by hitting various targets, like poles and trees. You can go boom, tree, right? And keep flicking between these objects as well. That's also a really good thing you can do. This is a great exercise that literally, I kid you not, goes from the dawn of Battlefield because we didn't get test range, right? Or the test range weren't good like they are now. Even Battlefield 5 where it's like, well, this test range is just not cutting it. By switching between targets like this is a great way to improve your aim and kind of stabilize it. Because there's a lot of bloom. All you kind of need to do is hit the general object. And what you're seeing, especially when somebody's target's shooting, you may be like, you know, and flick around. And oh my god, I just smacked the living crap out of my my cup as a good example for space. And you have to say, okay, well, what am I doing and how much space do I actually need to control? And yeah, that's a really good example where it's like, okay, I'm shooting, how much space do I need? And hit the windows. Here's a good example. I want to target switch to this window. I want to hit the HVAC unit, hit this window, and hit this window. Right? And look at that. That's pretty cool. It's probably going to blow up. Ready? Boom. Right? And work on exercises like this. This game really relies on a lot of target switching, and you can still not have the best aim in the world. And as long as you're within the general vicinity of a target, because people are pretty generally large, like even if you're aiming right here and you kind of miss a little bit, it's perfectly fine because a person fills up a good portion of that space that you're looking at right there. So it's actually perfect. And it gives you a really good sense of control moving around. And before you know it, most Battlefield players have a really bad time controlling space in general and moving around. Usually they're crouched prone and they're barely moving and they're doing this and then maybe having some micro adjustments, which you can do. Spawn into a larger map, shoot with your sniper and hit various objects at a distance. Now I've pretty much, the idea is that we're opening our minds and we're saying, what can we do and actually utilize some unique resources? I haven't seen a video like this, which I'm making. I say, you know what? Let's do this. Let's come up with an exercise and work on this, right? And even let's say there's not an object, you can get really creative and say, I want to hit this crevice right here. I want to hit, so we're gonna look at that crevice right there. I want to hit at least this right here, this area, this edge, right? And I want to hit this edge, so if stuff blows up, right? Perfectly fine. Because we're still hitting that same edge. Then we can practice that, right? Swapping between targets. Now it's not perfect. See how I'm still trying to go to that general vicinity and area, right? Right there, and then back. It's not perfect, right? I mean, even I still got to work on stuff like that. But in general, this will give you a really nice feel for how to control the recoil, and it will not become overwhelming. I really hope that this at least gives you an idea to hop in. So in case your friends invite you to play and you don't want to look like an absolute noob, and look, we got a player in here. Hey, they left. There you go. See, and most people will leave anyways. It's not a big deal. You can go find any one of these servers and hop in and just start shooting. And I guarantee people will leave you alone. You will run into an error where it'll may kick you back, but you will get into one of them. Find the map you're looking for and just kind of mess around. Now, I don't really know if you can change your loadout. You probably have to redeploy. So if I redeploy, I don't know if that counts to your KD or anything. But the same thing can be said if you are bouncing around. Now, if it may not kick me back, there we go. We'll load him with a sniper. And essentially, we just kind of execute and do the same thing, right? Look at your bullet. If you shoot it, where is it going towards? What are you aiming at? What are you shooting at? Kind of give you that long range because I know that the test range have limitations. I will not ramble any further. I just want to say I appreciate all of you guys for watching. I really hope that this is helpful. And I mean, the fact that you like a BR that just was announced for Battlefield 6 today that doesn't have a proper test range is absolutely bonkers to me, because the concept of playing a battle royale and never getting to pick up a certain loadout or a specific gun is just absolutely bizarre to me. So I hope this helps somebody out there, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, everybody.